Hello, everyone, and welcome to CDO Magazine interview series. And I'm Dave Mariani, the CTO and co-founder at AtScale, and we are partnering with CDO Magazine, MIT CDO IQ, and the International Society of Chief Data Officers in a series of interviews. And today, I have the pleasure of talking with Kiran Kanetkar. And Kiran is the Senior Director of Data Engineering, BI, and Analytics at Petco. So Kiran, welcome. Good to meet you.
Yes, great to be on this call. Thanks, Dave, for that introduction. Hello, everyone. I'm looking forward to this discussion here.
Yeah, I think we have some great topics today, Kiran, to discuss around data and analytics. But before we sort of hop into the nitty gritty, why don't you tell us a little bit about yourself and your path in getting to where you are today?
Yeah, sure. Yeah. So I'm a technology executive with more than 25 years experience leading technology strategy for small to large companies. I have been with Petco for almost 5 years now, since 2017. And as a senior director handling data engineering, BI, and analytics, I oversee all of our data and analytics environment from IT perspective, and I partner closely with a lot of different business teams to enable them for data-driven decision making. And that has really been my core expertise is really being in data and analytics world. Data integration, I have been doing that for all my career. And I also have passion for solving business problems. So I just like to combine my passion with that expertise and deliver business value.
So that's great. I kind of came from a similar background where, I majored in economics at UCLA, and then here I am a CTO now. So it's the combination of business and technology have been really sort of useful. So Kiran, what kind of advice would you give to people who are interested, to younger people who are maybe interested in a career in data and analytics? What advice would you give them?
Yeah, I think people that are interested in data and analytics world, world is definitely exploding as we speak. I think the speed at which data is getting created is doubling, rapidly. It used to be like 2 or 3 years, and I think due to the pandemic, that speed has increased even further. So as a lot more and more data is being produced, that data needs to be analyzed and sliced and diced in many different ways. So there are many different areas of opportunity for anyone who wants to make a career in this field. So I think they have to just make sure one, if they have the passion for this kind of data and analytics, they can learn all these different skills. There is explosion of tools as well, a lot of tools coming in this space, and there are open source technologies as well, like Python and some of the stuff that comes out of the Apache world. So I think if they can get their hands on in these areas, they can definitely make a great career in this space.
Yeah, I think that's a great point. That because of open source, there's so many free tools available, and the tutorials and what you can sort of find online. Really, you can get started and learn pretty quickly on your own and do some self-directed learning. So yeah. That's great advice. Is go try it out and see if you like it before you decide to go in that direction. But yeah, I'm like you. I'm in love with data, and I think that now more than ever, the way companies distinguish themselves is with data. So it's a good place to be.
Yeah, absolutely. And I see that, a lot of universities are also offering new courses in this area, data science or data analytics or machine learning type of stuff. So, I mean, I'm here in San Diego, so we do partner closely with UCSD and offer some of those kind of, university exchanges in terms of, let's say, capstone projects for the students, or doing hackathons and those sort of things. So I think a lot of companies are partnering like that with different universities. So I think that definitely provides avenues for students to really do hands-on work with companies with real world data.
Love it. Yes, for sure. And so, look, at AtScale, we have a lot of retail customers, and retail is, the retail industry. It's obviously we buy products and we understand how those products are, how to buy those products and where to go. But behind the scenes, there's all kinds of technology and data and analytics to make those experiences pleasant for the customer and profitable for the company. So you've been at Petco for, like you said, many years now. And so just curious, let's launch right into it. When we talk about roadmap and strategy and data strategy for analytics, what, Kiran, to the extent you can say so, what are some of like the main priorities for Petco when it comes to data and analytics for 2022 and beyond? What are you guys looking to? Where are you guys looking to invest?
Sure. Yeah, and as I said, we are seeing a lot more explosion of data across all the different business teams. More and more data is being generated, and then that data needs to be analyzed. So I think one of the key focus area for us is really self-service for analytics. Traditionally, IT teams used to provide service to different business teams in terms of their IT needs or technical needs. But as we move forward, that model cannot scale. As more and more data is available, business teams need to be doing some of their own data and analytics using self-service kind of tools. So that's what is my focus, is really how do I enable different business teams to be able to generate those insights and provide them with the right tools using which they can get those insights and then respond to the market conditions pretty quickly. That's really the main focus.
Yeah, so that's interesting. So, because self-service is, you can't do everything for everyone. The business has the business domain. There's subject matter experts, so they understand the kind of questions they need to ask and get answered. So, Kiran, when it comes to like it's just governance and consistency, is there some? What's your secret sauce to making sure that self-service doesn't end up with chaos and confusion, and even generating a lack of trust in the data or the results?
Yeah, absolutely. I think when you talk about self-service, the thing that goes along with that is really, one for me is really data literacy, and the other one is data governance. So literacy is meaning, if all the business users, if they are not literate about how the data is organized across the company, they won't be able to use that data to find those insights. So for me, that literacy is definitely the one top thing. And the other one, as you mentioned, is the data governance, because we want to make sure people are using the data in the right way. Because I always like to give an example of one of the business terms, such as customer lifetime value. And let's say lifetime value can be calculated in multiple different ways. And if you don't have a proper governance on what is the right way to calculate that and who owns that definition in the company, and how do we make sure everyone follows that same definition, if we don't have that type of governance in place and the right processes that go along with that, then you might have multiple teams, calculating lifetime value and will come up with different answers. And obviously, if there are different answers, they're going to make different decisions. So I think if to be consistent across different business teams, we definitely need that type of governance in place to make sure one, people understand how data is organized, and the second, how to use that data in the right way.
Yeah, that's for me, really the idea for AtScale came out of my experience at Yahoo, where our key metric was an impression. And it sounds very simple because lifetime value, there's a lot that goes into calculating that. But an impression, you think it's just easy, right? It just comes out of the weblogs. Yeah. But I can tell you, everybody had a different version of what an impression was, whether it was total, whether it was unique, whether it was cut off, at 9 o'clock the previous night, whether, it was like it was just crazy. And so consistency is really sort of key to driving self-service with trust, I think. So I'm totally with you on that. So Kiran, thank you for joining me today. You really are a pioneer in data and analytics, and we've sort of talked about that today. And so for the audience, please visit cdomagazine.tech. That's cdomagazine.tech for additional interviews. So Kiran, thank you for joining us, and have a great day.
Thank you, Dave. It was great talking with you today. Thank you.